Ladies and gentlemen, today's the day. We are finally taking the big turbo, high compression, 1.6 liter Miata to the dyno. And you know what that means? More horsepower. But the question is, how much more? Or how much less? But first, we have to do a Pennzoil change. See what I did there? Pennzoil is a super high quality engine oil. It's made with natural gas and it's race trusted. I've made almost 900 wheel horsepower with it. I've done a 10-second quarter mile with it. I've chopped GTRs at the track with it. And now yet again, we're gonna be going to the dyno with it. Pennzoil come out, Pennzoil go in. Beautiful, just above the full line. So now Molly is ready to rip. Thank you to Pennzoil for sponsoring this video and sponsoring the channel and supporting everything that I do. If you're interested in learning more about Pennzoil, there is a link in the cards and in the description down below. Let's go to the dyno. So we're here at the dyno, tuning Molly with the big turbo and other upgrades. Who's tuning it, you might ask? This man's tuning it.
Ha, I'm back.
Now, what you guys didn't see, Yanni's the GOAT, because 2 times you came out to the shop to try to tune the Eclipse.
Twice.
Neither of them made it into a video, because the first time didn't work,
Yep.
then the second time it burnt down.
Yep.
Well, rephrase that.
What?
It burnt down after. It wasn't his fault that it burnt down.
Oh
sure,
yeah. Hey,
not
yeah.
his fault.
Hey. I didn't blow it up. It ran great. Okay.
But Yanni is a Miata guy. So you can even see it.
Yeah.
There's a
Speed
Miata
by
right
one.
there.
Yeah. Miatas, not Eclipses, boys. Miatas.
So here we are, tuning the Maliata.
The Miata.
The Miata. We've upgraded from a 2560 to a Precision 4828, which is essentially a 2860. Fancy numbers, it's one size bigger. Technically, the car made 388 wheel horsepower. Now, the dyno that it did it on, Yanni, yeah. Probably wasn't very accurate. I mean, technically a 2560 should max out at 300, right? At the very...
bit above 300, but
Okay.
you're not 388. Sorry, bud.
No, that's all right. Listen, because either way, the car is going to get faster. We're probably only going to make, I don't know, 50 more horsepower max. So what is your prediction again?
We're gonna say about 250. No,
I really hope it doesn't make 250.
we're gonna hope for over 300. It should be maybe like 315, 320. We'll see.
I'm guessing 364.
Around 400. It's got to break 400.
I'm saying 298.
And figure out where the hell we're at with all of this. Once I get that figured out, I'll change everything to be the correct way once we figure out what we have.
It's really loud in here, sorry. All right, so listen, I know you're not used to big horsepower, so just be careful, okay?
I'll be real careful, Dad, I promise.
Baseline run done, it was time to continue tuning. And this right here is the moment that Yanni saved this car. It used to idle terribly, and within a few minutes, he got it idling perfect. it was starting to break up on that pass. The ignition system is the weak point here.
Correct. We're on stock ignition coils. We're using a much colder plug than probably what you'd want on this type of coil pack, but we're trying to get away with it. We're going to try to close the gap a little bit further and see if that gets us.
Unfortunately, even after closing the gap, it's still breaking up just a little bit. I'm gonna try to finagle it, but you know, even though this turbo is only a little bit bigger, it's holding at 20 pounds of boost, and that's just a lot more airflow, and it's just blowing up the spark. I feel really a little embarrassed. This is a common issue, but I thought since, you know, the last dyno said it made so much horsepower, it was fine, but clearly the last dyno was like 200 horsepower off. It probably made 280, not 380. Oh, that's 100, sorry. Math. But yeah, it's kind of upsetting. But if you look at the power curve, it does hold really nicely. My stock 1.6 could have made this horsepower. Could it? Yeah.
Hey, don't look at that. Don't, hey,
it's way more torque and way less.
Stop looking at it. Stop. Cheers.
What'd you do?
I did it in 4th gear. Don't worry about it.
Wait, is it supposed to be 4th gear? Or is this the 6 speed?
5th gear is 1-to-1.
I hate the 6 speed, bro.
I know, me too. 6.
Why is 5th gear 1-to-1? So did it actually make 20 pounds and hold it?
I don't know. We're gonna find that. We're gonna review the logs, kids.
Okay.
We want to pay attention to the important stuff while we're doing it.
Sure. Yeah. You're not looking at boost pressure. Because it didn't break up that time either.
Daniel said it kind of sounds like a DQ.
It does. Wide open, this thing sounds like a trumpet.
That's a disrespectful thing to say.
If Caleb tried to play a trumpet.
Hey man, Cram Vic,
I actually
man,
play
what'd you
trumpet,
say?
bro. I know how to play a trumpet.
Really? You seem like the trumpet guy.
I've trumpet, trombone, violin, and piano.
I'm a saxophone guy.
Oh, you're a saxophone. You seem like a saxophone guy.
I was actually. Yeah, way back in the
I was in Jazz Orchestra. That would suck.
Yeah, so what the fuck is that?
Peaking right after they get
295.
My 400 horsepower Miata is now a 200 horsepower Miata because the dyno's not lying, unlike the last one. That means it was pretty fast for having only like 200 horsepower.
Honestly,
I've been sandbagging people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I chopped all those cars at the autocross with 250 horsepower.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so it can't even get into the threes without blowing out the spark. So turning it down, smoothing it up, and it's still gonna be like way more dialed than it was because the tune was terrible, the idle was terrible. Electronic boost control is making more power lower with a bigger turbo. So there's definitely some benefits, but it's another disappointing dyno session. Downey's doing a good job though. He's dialing what terrible setup I gave him.
You need to learn how to build cars.
I guess so. I'm clearly not very good at it. It was a clean run.
It only wants to make 285.
Man, Greg made more power on his stock 1.6 and 5-speed than this. Oh man. I didn't think he had coils at that point. But somehow his car did it.
We could try gapping him down even more, but
It's not worth it. Chasing a number isn't that important to me. I'd rather just feel good. Starting to make 300 wheel horsepower, baby.
hopefully hit your number, Mason.
Holds in the top end much better than it used to. And it makes more torque lower. That's just electronic cruise control.
See, like we counter breakup and then...
Yeah.
Also, you are making peak power for quite some time.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It does look nice. Now, like, previously it was like, you know, it would drop off real hard at the top end. With that slight disappointment, the dyno session was over. The best run of the day was 295 wheel horsepower and 289 wheel torque. Not bad for a Miata, but quite a ways away from 400 wheel horsepower.
Spider right there on the door panel, bro. Look, there's a spider, bro. There. fuck, dude.
Just clutch in and put it in forever.
So what'd you do to make it spit on the
Negative retard timing. Yeah.
Ow! That might have been a mistake because look, 0 oil pressure. But is it actually making 0 oil pressure? First thing we're gonna do is pull off the turbo line, see if it's spitting oil.
Now there's oil everywhere. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, did it come out strong or?
When it finally came out, it was like,
It's just really metallic.
Oh wow, that does look quite metallic-y. Wait, I've got the old filter. Should we cut that open real quick?
see, but this was before the dyno session. So.
Sure, but I mean, if there was something going wrong, it would have probably already been. Oh.
I laughed at you just because you poured most of it out.
I didn't realize it was, I mean, it doesn't look that bad to be honest.
No, but whatever was in there is funky.
Yeah, there's nothing in there. Compared to the Volvo, bro, this thing looks brand new. And then, oh, hey, we got oil pressure, let's go! Yeah, I knew it was just an electrical thing. At least we still got oil pressure. Still got oil pressure. Well, yeah, because it happened once.
Oh, God.
So this right here, this with a Gingium fab bracket, and then doing sequential injection. And then we're gonna make what? 320 horsepower.
We're gonna try to make more horsepower.
Because if we can only turn it up like 2 more pounds of boost. Why did the dyno lie? Yanni's getting the cold start dialed in. What a excellent service, man. He does a dyno, street tune, and a cold start tune all in one. Yeah, look at that. That's better than this ever cold started. So listen, you know, even though it's now technically yeah, you see the little wobbly.
Well, yeah, I get that, but what happened?
Oh, what the hell?
What the fuck?
You saw that.
I see. Where's Daniel? He's over there. That's suspicious.
Bruh. That was weird.
I think the shop's haunted. So even though like the peak power number was a little disappointing, not due to any of our faults, due to our unexpected expectations, my unexpected expectations from the last dyno. That was the problem. But now the car is technically making more power than it was. Definitely feels faster. 295, and then the dyno owner actually said that that dyno reads 20 horsepower low. So that made it make it 315 horsepower, and he actually called that. So it's almost as if you know something about Miatas.
We'll change the coils and we'll be back. Don't
Yeah, I know you guys were saying, you know, we could do a different turbo manifold, intake manifold.
It's the head. It's the head, guys. You're throwing money at nothing. It's a bad head. It's still a 1.6. Okay? 1.8 master race.
I used to think 1.6s were better, but that was only because that last dyno session.
Yeah, that was.
It lied to me. It literally ruined my
The
identity.
anomaly, bro. He's the only 1.6 that does that, and he's like, dude.
I made 388 horsepower.
Dude, 1.6 are the best engines, bro. I don't know what you gotta
No
one else
I've
on
been
Earth
calling
has
it
done
a
it. 400
400 horsepower Miata for like a year now.
Well,
Yeah.
we need
Sorry, guys.
We'll fix that.
At least now I'm being honest. But now I have to change the titles to 300? That's embarrassing.
Yeah,
I
they're the
mean,
best.
it's like 350 crank, right? Right? Sure. It uses 50 horsepower as the drivetrain.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it's made 315 Dyno reads low, so that's 375 crank.
And on a good day, when the temperature was nicer, I would probably make,
hot.
yeah, it would make even more.
It was 101 degrees air temperature in the shop that when we were dyno.
And the intake temps were like, what, 140? It got up there?
Yeah.
Make sure those.
Yes.
All right, that's it. Thank
We'll
you.
be back for
Thank
more.
you so much.
Of course.
Yanni.
Always
Check
have
them
it.
out.
Speedball LLC, speedballllc.com.
What do you tune?
Miatas on Mega Squirt.
Oh, okay, that's a good
Miatas on
distinction.
Mega Squirt or Haltech. Please don't call me with a Speedduino.
Isn't that just like a Mega Squirt?
It's a calculator. It's a calculator.
calculator.
It's a calculator running your car.
Interesting.
That's it.
I actually almost bought one of those.
Yeah.
They're not good?
I wouldn't have talked to you.
Okay, all right. Well, now you know.
Now you know.
Don't buy a Speed
Now
Uno.
the Speedduino boys will be in the chat.
I can't imagine what Greg's car feels like.
scary.
If it actually
200
makes
more
500
horsepower.
yeah.
It certainly makes 500. It's not like
Yeah, no, that's real. That's a real.
Yes.
It's like almost 130 pounds of boost, right?
But you know what? Greg has that cylinder head that has the intake
Ah.
valves positioned correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't just put bigger cams in it.
No.
And it does make more torque and more peak power now.
Yeah, I mean, it runs better than it did. It's just not 400. But
Right.
300 out of a 1.6 is very stout. So, you know.